You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mr. So-and-so sitting on there in the corner over there, shooting dice and shit like that. He'll give you 25 cents to go over there and get him a pack of cigarettes. That's a job.
Mm.
Right? Right? Kids had jobs. And they knew who to run to, who was going to give them some money to do something. Didn't matter what it was. You was going to grow up, and you was going to grow up good in the city. You ain't going to be afraid of nothing. I was driving through a subdivision today. I think it wasn't even today. It was the other day. You was in the car with me. We in the subdivision. A kid looked like he about 10, 11 years old, comes right in front of the motherfucking car, looking to the right and not even looking to the left.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Subdivision kids don't know shit. I told you when we was talking about that, I said if you took that kid and moved him to New York right now, he wouldn't have to be worried about getting beat up by a kid on the corner. He gonna get hit by a fucking car. When I was 3 and 2, my mom and daddy taught me before you cross the street, look left, right, and left again before you cross the motherfucking street.
Yeah.
These kids are not taught that because they don't even know how to cross the street.
Right.
And get hit. Thank you, William Henry Barnes. I'm sorry I had to tie into why I think sorry-ass kids is being raised in America and all these damn subdivisions they building up down here. All you doing is creating lazy children. Bye again.
Out of the house when their mama working.
Today, you mean? No, you ain't talking about when I was growing up, because when I was growing up, when you was at work, I had a key to the damn house. My mom and daddy was at work. What? Well, I don't think I started cooking until I was like maybe 8 or 9 years old. But I was definitely pouring my own cereal, sitting down in front of the TV. Like, they didn't have to wake me up on Saturday morning. I was already in the living room with ice in my bowl with milk and the whole box of cereal with me in the living room on the floor. I'm 3.
Yeah.
Might have been 4. My mom was like, you wasn't 3. You was probably 4. Y'all better get it together with these cities, y'all. Y'all, listen. Y'all teach y'all kids how to ride public transportation and stuff like that. Don't let your kids grow up thinking that public transportation is bad, because what y'all parents are. I ran into a woman who had a child, and her son was 18 years old. Now, we was out at the club. We was having ourselves a good time and shit. It was like 11:30 at night. And, the mama, we was all at the club. I'm 50, so I'm hanging with grown women, grown people.
Yeah.
She was like, y'all, I got to go. And we was all like, why you got to go? She was like, I got to pick my son up from work. What? What? Wait. You trying to tell me your son has a job and he can't take himself home from work? Because, listen, and I know y'all going to be in the comments saying all kinds of crazy shit, but guess what? These kids have no kind of confidence. They don't have no brain sense or nothing. When you get a job and you 18, in my mind, I don't even want my mama to come pick me up from work because I don't want to disturb what the hell she doing. Guess what you do? You find out who live in your area that work with you, and you have them take your ass home. Even if it's the boss. Hey, you know what? I live on Johnson Road down there. Anybody live on Johnson Road? Yeah, I live on Johnson Road. I think my mom will drop you off. Okay, that's how you go home. But these kids, the parents don't even give them the authority to have dominion over their lives. They baby their children until they fucking grown. And then when they're grown and they don't have no skills, and then they sitting around looking at them like, well, why don't you do something with yourself? Well, you ain't never taught me how to do shit with myself. That's just true tea. All right, y'all. Guess what, y'all? We'll be right back.
This show is brought to you by Chris Castaneda with Mortgage Right. Tired of throwing money away on rent? escape the cycle and start building real wealth. Chris can help you land the perfect home loan for your unique situation. Whether you're a first-time buyer or looking to upgrade, we'll guide you every step of the way, from pre-approval to closing. Contact Chris today to get started.
That's true. That's true. But I wasn't raised like that. Okay, y'all. My mama just got through saying that even in the city, some kids were, they were latchkey kids. You go home and you had to stay in the house until your mama or daddy got home. That's true. A lot of city kids are raised like that, but still, you have to remember they have to get home. So they still have a life before they get home. They try to do all the shit that their mama and them don't want them to do until they get home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You stop at the candy store that your mama told you not to stop at. You talk to Mr. Johnson that your daddy told you not to talk to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Mr. Johnson done gave you 15 cents to go down there and buy him a bag of chips and bring it back to him. You get to your own block. Before you get home, Miss Wareham is sitting in the window. Hey, Judah. And you wave at her. And she's like, come on over, Judah. Your mama and daddy don't even know that you know this lady. But you in her house. And she feeding you cookies and milk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you go home and you use your freaking key and you open the door, because guess what? Miss Wareham is not actually a threat. She's actually looking out for you back in them days.
Yeah.
She's the neighborhood watch. And she know what's going on with all the children in the neighborhood.
Some of them were just nosy.
Yeah, but they knew.
Look out for you, though.
Yeah, that's how you grew up. Mm-hmm. But now these kids, child, guess what? The society got them believing that the world is so fucking bad out there. And guess what? Society is no worse today than it was. You think society is worse today than it was in the 1940s?
No.
Get the fuck out of here. Y'all are tripping. Y'all, hold on, let me move on, because guess what? I done been on my little rant long enough. Y'all, guess what it's time for, y'all? It's time for Miss Gossip. Y'all, Serena Williams, y'all, baby, listen. Okay.